What if I told you that your entire life, everything you could possibly do, and everything you feel you can't, could be drawn out like a geometric shape? Well, today, we're going to unpack one single powerful sentence that does exactly that.
Your life shrinks to the size of your fears. Just take a second with that. Let it really sink in. It's a heavy statement, for sure, but it's also incredibly profound. It's almost like a law of personal physics.
It's so easy to hear a quote like that. Nod your head and just move on. But we're not doing that today. Oh no. We are going to take this thing apart, piece by piece, to really understand the incredible geometry it's describing.
All right, so let's start with the premise. We're not just looking at this as a nice little phrase. Think of it more like a formula, that law of personal physics that, believe it or not, governs the world we live in.
And that right there is the key. This isn't just about feelings, it's about space. It's about the actual boundaries, the perimeter, the total surface area of the life you allow yourself to experience.
So now let's get into the mechanics. To really get a handle on this whole equation, we have to define the variables, right? We need to know what we mean by life, fears, and that really crucial verb, shrinks. First up, life. In this context, life isn't just your time on Earth. No, it's this vast, open field of everything you could do, every job you could go for, every single person you could strike up a conversation with, every place you could visit. It is your total, untapped potential. Next, we have fears. And listen, we're not just talking about spiders or flying here. We're talking about the deep stuff, the fear of rejection, the fear of failure, of looking stupid, of just the unknown. These fears, they act like walls. They are the lines you yourself draw on your own map, telling yourself where you absolutely will not go. And finally, shrinks. Now, this is what's so fascinating. This word implies it's an active process. Your world doesn't just start out small. It is actively made smaller, decision by decision, every single time you let fear call the shots. So, we've got the mechanics down. Now let's actually look at the geometry of life itself and see how these invisible walls really get built. Just take a look at this. On the left side, you see the choices that build the walls. Every single one is a no, a step back from the edge. But then you look over on the right and you see the choices that tear walls down. These are driven not by what if it goes wrong, but by a curiosity for what could I learn. One path literally makes your world smaller, the other makes it bigger. Okay, to really make this stick, let's actually visualize it. I want you to picture your potential, your life, as a huge, wide-open space. In the beginning, it's just like this, totally boundless, a limitless field where anything feels possible. You can go any direction you want. There are no walls, no boundaries, just pure, unadulterated potential. But then, something happens. You have a setback, and the fear of failure shows up. And just like that, bam, a wall goes up. That vast field, it's not boundless anymore. A huge chunk of possibilities, anything that carries the risk of failing, is now totally off limits.
And it doesn't stop there. Maybe someone laughs at an idea you had, and boom, a second wall goes up. The fear of judgment. The playable area of your life just got even smaller. You see, every fear you give into adds another wall, boxing you in more and more. And there it is. You can literally see the geometry in action. The wide open field of your life has now shrunk down to this small, cramped little box contained by the walls of your own fears. This isn't just a metaphor. It's the real architecture of your experience. Okay, so that might sound a little bleak, but here is the amazing thing about this idea. If we're the ones who built the walls, well, that means we're also the ones who can tear them down. This is the question that changes everything. If choosing fear builds a wall, what's the opposite? What's the force that pushes back against it? Well, it's about making a different choice. It's choosing curiosity when comfort feels easier. It's about seeing failure not as an end, but just as data. It's taking one tiny step into that area you've labeled scary. It's about flipping the script and asking, but what if this goes right? Every single time you do something that scares you, you apply for that job, you speak up, you book that trip, you're not just doing something. You are physically taking a sledgehammer to a piece of that wall. You are reclaiming territory for your life. So let's come back to where we started. That quote. It's not a sentence, it's a choice. It's describing a reality that you can either accept or you can actively fight against. It's a diagnosis, but here's the beautiful part. It also contains the cure.
So I'll leave you with this one simple question. What geometry are you going to choose? Will you live in that small, safe space defined by your fears? Or will you choose courage and start exploring the boundless potential that's waiting for you? The geometry of your world is 100% up to you.